welcome to Neptune TV. I'm delighted to be joined by Conor O'Sullivan, Darragh O'Sullivan, the O'Sullivan brothers. Everyone will know him. Know their dad, the legend of Neptune basketball. I'll start with you, Conor. A week out from a new season, your second season back after being in Belfast. How are you feeling?
Yeah, savage mood in here now, to be honest, Jay. Obviously, Darragh come back, 3 new pros. The core group is back together again. So, yeah, brilliant. Obviously, we've Belfast in the first game of the season. I missed that game last year. They're a great side. Obviously, they led the league last year, but we'll be gunning from there now come Saturday week.
Happy
so
days.
Looking forward to it, yeah.
And Darragh, coming to you. First of all, welcome back.
Cheers,
I think we can say on behalf of all of Neptune that we're delighted to have you back. Watching you in pre-season, I think you've been brilliant. You're back after a couple of years. Mm-hmm. How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it's nice to be home. Obviously, I haven't been here in, I think it's 5 years now since I left, but obviously coming home, having the opportunity to play with my brother, play with my friends, be back in the club I grew up in, it's brilliant. So I'm delighted to be home.
What's it like after all those years sharing the court again in pre-season? And I know it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, we played together schools basketball for a few years, won a lot of things, played together in Neptune, won a fair bit, but obviously since we left, it's just been playing together and pick-up basketball or 2-on-2 and stuff, and when we lived together in Alabama. But it's going to be nice to actually get back out there and play a game together and be in 5-on-5 basketball, have our parents in the crowd and enjoy the year. It should be fun. But
yeah, what do you feel, Conor?
Yeah, I think it'll be decent, to be honest.
Yeah. Long time?
Yeah, it's been however long. Darragh played Super League whenever I left. We only ever played together underage,
Yeah.
So this will be our first time playing senior basketball together, which will be class. And as he said, my mum and dad being there, being able to see the two of us play together, I think it'll be unreal.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
How do you think it will go? How do you think pre-season is going playing together? Do you think you're gelling well like he did before?
He keeps giving out to me, I don't pass it to him. No. But no, it's going well, honest to God. We had a tough weekend there. No, it's always tough when we're playing a few games in one day,
Yeah.
So we had a good weekend down in the Mardyke, and then good weekend this past weekend as well, playing top teams in the league. That's what you want early in the year.
Yeah.
See where your level is at. See where the team is faring out against the rest of the league.
Yeah,
it's going well, to be fair, and the training sessions are good too.
Yeah.
Be a bit long now, to be fair, but 8 to half 10. But
yeah,
okay, this is what you want, when you want to be the best,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to do what you have to do.
Yeah. And before I go to the first game of the season, I wanted to ask first about a big change in Neptune. Obviously, Coach Price is coming in at the helm. What's your first thoughts on him, Conor, on Coach Price?
Yeah, he's savage, right? He was here obviously when we were young fellas. You to like Noonan, McGinn,
McLaughlin, Gary Walsh,
Juwan and stuff was there as well. He was probably one of the better Americans I've ever seen here. And what he did at that time was brilliant. But yeah, it's I think it's not a fresh face for the club because he's here before, but I think it's definitely what the club needs after the few years that we had, obviously,
Yeah. What do you think, Darragh, about Coach Price? Is there anything that stands out that's impressive with him coming in?
Yeah, honestly, I think like Conor said, obviously he's not new to the club, but he's new to a lot of us. We were a lot younger when he was here, his first stint round, so obviously seeing the success he had from the crowd and stuff, and now we want to kind of get that back into the stadium and kind of have that success rolling again. But I think the biggest thing for me is his attention to detail. You'll never go into a game and not know what you have to do game plan wise, so that's kind of comforting to know that look, if I fall back on the game plan, I know that everything else will fall into shape if the rest of the boys do as well. So it's kind of nice to have that to fall back on, and also he's won everything you can in the country pretty much, so it's also nice to have a coach with winning experience to kind of help us to go win it, because we've won a lot of stuff underage and stuff, but that hasn't necessarily translated to the senior level yet in this club. So that's the next step for us, and I feel like he's a perfect person to kind of bring us on that next step.
Yeah, great. And just as I have you there, the pros, talk about the pros. Is there anyone that's really standing out? Or they all come with different packages?
Yeah, so the 3 lads are brilliant. We got a good mix. Jamal, obviously, is from Canada. We got Yaksa from Croatia, and then No, Armand, sorry, is Armand then from
He doesn't know
Washington.
his name.
From Washington.
We'll take that.
It's, that's more like it. No, they're all over the place. Like, so, like, obviously, 3 lads from 3 different, all from 3 different gaffs. So, like, they all bring something different and different culture to the whole lot. So, like, it's good to have them in. They're a great crack. We've been out a few times with them. Like, they're great off the floor, which is just as big as like you make that connection off the floor. It's going to be just as better on the floor. So it's, you know, they're 3 good lads, 3 great basketball players. So it's just kind of, I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
What's your thoughts, Conor, on the pros?
Yeah, they all bring something different, Jay, to be honest. Yak says that hard-nosed fella that you need. You know, he'll do a lot of dirty work, knock down a tree if you need him to. Jamal as well is extremely long. Like, do you know what I mean? I think he's about 6'7", but he might have near a 7-foot wingspan. To be honest, he's crazy long. And then Armand, he can just score whenever he wants. To be fair, his range is limitless. He's very good. They're all very impressive, to be honest. And I think they do fit really well with what we have at the moment. So, yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, it's looking very good.
First game of the season, tough one, but I think a good one to measure where you're at. You know, first game of the season, Belfast. You're going back up to where you played for a couple of years. How are you thinking about that game?
Yeah, I was actually looking at them there the other day, just their squad and stuff, and I think we match up very good with them. They don't necessarily have a big presence either. They have a lot of fellas that can handle the ball. Max Cooper is actually back up there, who was with us last year. You've obviously the Quins, who I think we match up very well, and then you've your man Tamrick, I think is his name, who I think Jamal will match up perfectly with him. So I think all in all, like, our personnel matches up very good with them. So it'll just be a matter of who
plays better on the night.
Yeah, plays better on the night, but who keys in on the details, as Darragh said, you know.
Yeah.
It's a big thing. Obviously, you have to know the scouting report, and obviously you have to hit shots, like, if you want to win, you know.
Yeah. What do you think of the first game of the season, Darragh? Tough game?
Tough game, but I'm excited. I mean, it's good to get away also. First game of the season being in Belfast, that's obviously going to be a trip for the team. It's a long enough trip, so then again, that's more time to kind of bond together, get used to being around each other, spend time together. But obviously the league, there's no bad team in the league, I don't think. I feel like every night you play, everyone has the opportunity to upset somebody or beat somebody, so I feel like you just got to go out and play every game to win it and kind of take them as they come. But it's a strong league, and going back to the format it's going back to, I think it's going to be fairly interesting this year.
Yeah, and I know I'm asking. What is that?
It's going to be a day tonight out, isn't it?
Are you staying over, eh?
Yeah,
good night out, so good night out.
That'll be a good laugh. Belfast's always fun.
Yeah, and I know I'm going to ask you this question, I probably know the answer, but your favourite game of the season, what are you most looking forward to?
That's Demons here.
Yeah?
Yeah, Demons here whenever they come down. That'll be fun.
What do you think of them in pre-season? Did you see them?
Yeah, they look good. They look good. They're sure. I feel like Demons every time I see them, they always seem to have 2 good Americans. Yeah. Like, they always seem to get good Americans in the country and that fit with their system, what they try to do. Obviously, the 2 Hannigans are there. James coming off his season last year, he played brilliantly. Like, Scott does his thing. You got David Lehan, all that. So, like, we're going to match up pretty well with them as well. I think that's going to be a really good game. But obviously, every time them 2 clubs meet, it's fun. So it'll be a good one to have, I think. Yeah, it's a good atmosphere right that night, isn't it? The walkouts, the tunnel, everything, just the production, everything here.
Commentators are good too. That game is good. I think especially down here, it's
for the core people,
for the atmosphere. Obviously, last year you had like some Molly's Gaffney playing at half time and stuff. Savage, like it's what basketball is in Ireland, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Neptune Demons will always be a pinnacle of Irish basketball, no matter, you can go 50 years from now, like. And it's a shame, obviously, a few years ago, we were out of the league, they were in it, and then they went out of the league. It's not the same when there's no Neptune Demons again. Yeah. It's never the same if there isn't, you know? Yeah, and just in terms of the league this year and the players that you come up against, obviously you're a point guard, you're more of a wing. You can play a point guard, you can play 2 as well. Yeah. What players do you like playing against the most? Like, what players give you the hardest time or you love playing against? I really like playing against the Quins, and then player that I've looked up to for ages. Obviously, there's 2 that come to mind straight away. It'd be Hazzy, who's retired now, and then Paul Dick, I think, is brilliant as well. Yeah. So, yeah, whenever you come up against any like solid Irish player that you know is going to cause you problems like that, they're always really fun, like, you know. Yeah. Who are you looking forward to, Darragh, this year? There's a few faces I'm looking forward to seeing in the league. Obviously, you know, coming up against players I've played with and played against that have moved away, like Jenks now, Sean Jenkins being in ANA, that's always going to be fun to play against him.
like obviously the Hannigan's playing with Demons, like that's just going back to childhood, playing with them, scrimmaging against them, like every day down here. It's just going to be fun to actually have that back on a Super League court. And obviously I feel like a big one for all of us is when we see Killorglin again and we get a shout out Jordan, but that'll be fun that'll be another fun game as well, another local Cork.
Yeah, brilliant. And who do you think, looking around the league and looking at the pros that people have signed, what teams do you think will be at the top this year? Is there any team that's sticking out?
Not necessarily at the moment. I think every team recruited well from what I could see in the preseason. Obviously you have to look back at who won it last year. Demons obviously brought back Elijah. They're looking solid, and then Aina have their Americans coming back. They'll have their core group, but as Darragh kind of touched on there earlier, like it's a 2 American league. Like you can have 5 pros, or some teams have starting 5 pros, you know, so every game is going to be tough. Like there's going to be no cakewalks in the league at all, you know.
Yeah. How do you feel about the other teams in the league? Who do you think anyone done really good recruitment? Do you know any other pros that came across that you know they're going to be a problem?
I haven't. I've been watching the league from outside for the last couple of years, so I've heard of a few names coming through. Like Tillman, obviously, is a big name. He's a big body too. Like so, he's someone I'm looking forward to coming up against. Some of the Americans that come over now that are coming into the country, they're coming from very high programs, very high divisions in college in America and stuff, and even the European pros that come over. Like basketball in Ireland is continuing to get bigger, like, and better. So I feel like coming up against every team this year, there's going to be someone that's going to be a tough matchup you're going to guard, and there's always the opportunity someone's going to go off for a big night. So I'm excited to.
Are the parents making it to Belfast for the first game, or are they going?
Nah, they won't be in Belfast. I say nah.
So
they'll be
first home game here.
Yeah, UCD at home, I think. Yeah.
What advice has your dad, Tom O'Sullivan, given you for the season, Darragh? Has he said anything in particular?
He told me just to enjoy it. Enjoy it. I mean, obviously coming back home and playing with Neptune again, you know, it's not that there's expectations or nothing, but we're a big club. People want to win here, so kind of enjoy it, take it as it comes, enjoy the moment, play with your friend, play with your brother, like just living it. Don't expect too much out of it, like kind of thing.
Yeah. What about you, Conor? What has the great Tom said to you? Keep the anger down, or?
Yeah, I have no anger.
I know.
Similar enough, really. Like, there's never really any pressure from his side. Or there might be comparisons and whatnot. Like people say that he's the bop of him, even the way he plays and stuff. But that just comes with it, like, you know. You just have to go out there and enjoy it. That's all he ever says. Yeah. Just go out there and have fun. And I suppose it brings us to the end of our conversation. But what does success look like? I know the two of you are winners. I know you've won everything underage. I know obviously Neptune want to win as well. What's success look like this year? Yeah, I mean we've talked about that an awful lot as a group, like, and obviously there's been stepping stones to where we want to be at the end of the year. But like my definition of success is obviously I want to win, like, you know. Yeah. If you don't win, obviously there's 3 trophies there this year. I'd like to come away with obviously all 3 of them if we could. But I used to take it one step at a time. The league format is different again. There's no playoff at the end, so it means you have to be on your game every week, including like there's about 4 or 5 double headers, I think, and then a few midweek games. So you're gonna have to take care of your body, and then you look into the cup games, and obviously it depends on your draw and stuff. But you just have to beat who's in front of you every week, you know. Yeah, Darragh, what does success look like this year? Honestly, I think you hit the nail on the head. There's 3 cups there to win. I mean, I feel like we'd do ourselves a disservice if we didn't go out and bring at least one of them back. So, not putting pressure on ourselves or expectations, but this is a club obviously that prides itself in history, and we have a lot of it, and try to add to that history and get more trophies into the club. Yeah. We're going to ask Conor O'Sullivan and Darragh O'Sullivan, they're all-time Irish 5 players that have played in the Irish Super League. Obviously, I know the 2 of them are probably going to put the great Tom O'Sullivan in 2 of their teams, so let's build around that, Darragh. So I'm going to start it off with strange. Obviously, I'm going to put my dad's going to start at the 2. Yeah. I'm going to put Jordan Noonan at the 1. Nice. I'm going to have him controlling the game. At the 3 spot, I'm going to put John Carroll, I'd say. John Carroll at the 3. At the 4, I'm going to put
Who am I going for at the 4? That's a tough question, man. At
One
the 4,
that comes to my head is someone like a Niall O'Reilly or something like that.
yeah. No, I'd probably put Colin at the 4 then,
Colin.
and then I'll have Liam Chandler at the 5. Then go rest.
Nice, brilliant.
Nice pick. That's a nice pick.
Connor, you're 5. Starting around Tom.
Yeah, so I put him at the 3. And I put Stads Orby the 1 with Hazy at the 2.
Ozzy is Kyle Hosford for anyone that doesn't know.
Yeah. Man, that's tough. I'm going small ball. Michael at the 4 and I put Colin at the 5.
Nice, well done.
Small ball,
Thank
load of
you.
shooters.
Brilliant. Yeah, and a lot of the younger Neptune generation and younger basketball players in Cork and in Ireland, obviously they're going to look at this video and they see you guys as, you know, cult heroes when they're watching games. What's your advice for some young kids in the gym that want to be as good as you or want to make it to the next level? What's your advice to the younger generation?
I just say honestly, like my dad always tells us, you just never stop having fun playing basketball. I feel like the moment you stop enjoying it, it's the moment you should stop playing it. I mean, at the end of the day, we do it for fun. It's enjoyment. Like, it's not a job for us. Like, we do it for the enjoyment of ourselves. Like, we're not getting paid for it, so we might as well have fun for it. Like, we have to spend the most time we can enjoying it. So I feel like just stick with it, play with your friends, get the most out of it, and just treat the game right, and it'll get back to you.
Perfect. What do you think, Connor?
Yeah, 100%. I think all of us, like everybody that plays basketball, you've been playing for however long, 40 years.
Trying to.
40 years now. So, like, yeah, I mean, you've been playing for however long. Like, you still have your friends there from when you were that high. Like, I still have my friends from them that high playing basketball. So, it is all about playing with your buddies. Like, you're going to build relationships, you're going to win, you're going to lose with the group that you grew up with. So, the advice for them obviously is just to stick to it, listen to your coaches, and have fun with it, like, and the success will come with it, you know. Yep.
Yeah. So you heard it here, Neptune TV. Neptune are going to win all the cups this year. Thanks very much, Connor. Thanks very much, Darragh.
Thanks, Jay.
Cheers, lads. Thanks.